The new Apostolic Reformation is a religious movement of elites and regular people who ascribe to such things as geographic maps, citing where demons reside, and among NAR adherents is Sarah Palin. Researcher Rachel Tabachnick reported on a series of NAR videos and wrote that they demonstrate the taking control of communities and nations through large networks of prayer warriors whose spiritual warfare is used to expel and destroy the demons that cause societal ills. Once the territorial demons, witches, and generational curses are removed, the born-again Christians in these videos take control of society. The movement's notion of spiritual warfare has spread from California suburbs to East Coast inner cities, has impacted policy decisions in the developing world, and movement operatives are well connected enough to have testified before Congress and also to have received millions of dollars in government abstinence-only sex ed grants. Leaders in the NAR movement refer to themselves as apostles, and when Sarah Palin was 24, she joined a spiritual warfare network. As Rachel explains, these communication networks allow apostles to disseminate new prophecy to their prayer warriors. During the presidential election, this included prophecies about Palin, including one in which described a vision that Palin would take the mantle of leadership after a period of national mourning, apparently following John McCain's demise. The first transformation film so impressed pastors in Wasilla, Alaska, that they contacted some of the religious leaders in the movie, including Thomas Muthi, who was shown driving a witch out of Kenya. Wasilla Assembly of God developed an ongoing relationship with Muthi, and a 2005 church video shows him anointing Sarah Palin. The press picked up on the witch part of the story, but not the fact that Palin's ties to top leaders of the new Apostolic Reformation. The leaders in this movement have also been labeled by mainstream press as moderate and as new evangelical. Evangelical once was known as a stand-up call against slavery. The new Apostolic Reformation is a movement within Protestant Christianity that grew out of Pentecostal and charismatic sensibilities and an ideology that asserts God is restoring the lost offices of church governance, specifically that of prophet and apostle. They also believe in determining what being saved means for everyone, and they maintain the need for submission to church leaders, and they have faith in the leaders to believe that they are ordained by God and given power and authority by God to lead, as described in the biblical letter of the Apostle Paul to the Ephesians. Now, the grassroots of the NAR is concerned with the process they refer to as the formation of Christ within its members. The churches tend to be small and consist of dedicated believers who carry the weight of the church and are looking only to do good out of their love for God. But as Gandhi warned, everyone but Christians understands that Jesus was nonviolent. The first and greatest heresy in the Christian faith occurred in the 3rd century when Augustine penned the just war theory, which gave the churches okay to violence perpetuated by the state, and our problems stem from our acceptance of this filthy, rotten system. Clement, Tertullian, Polycarp, and every other early church father taught violence was a contradiction of what Jesus was all about. Christians were not even a part of the military until the 3rd century, when Emperor Constantine instituted Christianity as the state's religion and required all soldiers to be baptized. But how can you kill people when it is written in God's command, "Thou shalt not murder"? In his letter from a Birmingham jail, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. penned a scalding critique of American Christianity addressed to his dear fellow clergymen. Never again can we afford to live with the narrow, provincial, outside agitator idea. Anyone who lives in this world can never be considered an outsider anywhere. The world is pulled to change by extremism. Our only dilemma is, what will we be extremists for? Hate or love? God or state? It's a lack of imagination that accepts a future of endless war, and it is fear of the other that fuels fundamentalism. Jesus said, "Fear not, you shall know the truth will set you free." So my question to my sister in Jesus, Sarah Palin, is, please define just who your Jesus is. My question as a concerned American to candidate Palin is, just where do you stand on the issue of Israel-Palestine, and how would your theology inform your political decisions regarding what is best for America, and just what do you think that is? Learn lots more at wearewideawake.org all through the month of March 2010. Power to the peaceful, only in solidarity do we have it in our power. Begin the world again.